Have you ever wondered what the real difference is between someone who builds wealth and someone who doesn't? I can tell you, it's not just about how much money you make. Today, we're going to dig into the psychology of wealth and uncover the one core mindset shift that really changes everything.
Okay, here's a riddle for you. Picture two people, same job, same exact salary. You fast forward, say, 10 years. One of them is doing great, building some serious wealth. The other, still just getting by, paycheck to paycheck. How's that even possible? Well, the answer might surprise you because it has almost nothing to do with their income. And this quote from Morgan Housel absolutely nails it. See, financial success isn't about being a genius or having some fancy finance degree. It all comes down to your habits, your emotions, and what you truly believe about money. It's all about your behavior. So, if it's all about behavior, what's driving it? Well, it pretty much boils down to two completely different ways of seeing the world, especially when money's involved. We're talking about a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. These two mindsets are like the operating systems for our financial decisions. With a scarcity mindset, the world feels like there's a limited pie. You're scared of losing your slice, so you just try to hold on tight. But the abundance mindset, that sees a world that's full of opportunity. The whole game shifts from just protecting what you have to actively growing it, from running away from risk to actually managing it for a huge potential reward. So, all this talk about mindsets can feel a bit abstract, right? Let's bring it down to earth and see how this plays out in a real-world decision that a lot of us face. And here is where the rubber really meets the road. It all comes down to the question you ask yourself before you make a big purchase. The scarcity mindset asks, can I handle the monthly payment? It's all about cash flow. But the abundance mindset asks a much more powerful question. Is this an asset or a liability? Is this going to make me money, or is it just going to cost me money in the long run? Let's make this super concrete. Think about getting a new car. You see that $25,000 monthly payment, and you think, yeah, I can swing that. It fits in the budget. But what's the real story behind that choice? What's the long-term impact?
Okay, check this out. This is the result of those two different questions. On the left, that monthly car payment adds up to 15 lakh rupees spent on something that's now worth way less than you paid for it. It's a net loss. But on the right, that exact same 25,000 rupees, if you invested it instead, could grow into an asset worth over 20 lakh rupees. We're talking about the same amount of money, two different mindsets, and just look at that massive difference in the outcome.
So we've seen the difference in behavior, right? But there's something even deeper going on here, a root cause that drives all of this. And once you really get this one core idea, it changes how you look at every single financial choice you ever make. And look, it's not just about pinching every single penny. I mean, that can help, for sure, but that's still playing defense. It's not the whole game. And yeah, a bigger paycheck is always nice, but we all know people who earn a lot of money and still have nothing to show for it. So that can't be the real secret either.
The real secret, the ultimate game changer, is about how you see yourself. It's a fundamental shift in your identity.
And here it is, the shift from being a consumer to becoming an owner. A consumer asks, what can I buy? An owner asks, what can I own? It's the difference between buying the products from the factory and owning a piece of the factory itself. So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, when you think it like an owner, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. You love your iPhone? That's awesome. An owner also thinks, hey, maybe I should own a tiny piece of the company that makes this, Apple stock. Tired of paying rent every month? An owner starts scheming about how to own the property that somebody else pays rent on. You know, adopting this owner mindset isn't just about one or two purchases. It fundamentally changes your whole perception of time. It changes your entire financial future.
This timeline really puts it all into perspective. If your main focus is just making it to the weekend, you're pretty much stuck. A month-to-month focus is about survival. But when you start thinking like an owner, your time horizon just naturally expands. You start thinking about the next decade and beyond. You're not just working for your money anymore. You're making your money work for you. You're building for the long term. So as we wrap this up, the most powerful thing you can take away is a question for yourself. So forget about just buying or saving for a second. I want you to ask yourself this. What is one thing, it could be a stock, a piece of a business, any kind of asset. What is one thing you will start to own this year? Because taking that first step, that is how you go from being a consumer to becoming an owner.